Hey everyone, in today's video, I'm going to show you how to create an awesome text typing effect using Next.js. We'll also dive into techniques for laying out complex layout with inner scrolls, perfect for modern web applications. Whether you're a beginner or looking to sharpen your skills, this tutorial has something for you. Let's get started. All right, the very first thing that we need to do is to create and install our Next.js application. For the installation of Next.js, the prerequisites are that you should already have Node.js installed and also should have a Node package manager. It can be npm, pnpm, yarn, or even you can use bun. So in this case, we are going to use pnpm. Pnpm create next-app and then the name of the app, okay? So I'm going to say typewriter. Let's just name it typewriter, okay? And so we're going to use TypeScript for this project, basically for typing annotation, for type checking, and then ESLint for the ECMAScript linter for rules to be applied, and then Tailwind CSS for styling, no source directory, app router. Yes, we are going to use app router, and then we are going to use the import alias. Yeah, correct. While Next.js is being installed, let's go and see what we are going to build and what we are going to learn in this video. So I did a wireframe here. This is what we're going to build. So what we're going to learn in this video is how to lay out such a UI and also to be able to create the typing animation on this chatbot side. And then you see that we have sort of like a complex UI where we have the sidebar, the main side, the header, and the footer. And then each of these sides, this one and this one, can have a scroll bar if it's needed. All right. So this is the whole thing that we are going to build. And right now, let's get back to the installation. All right, now that our project is installed, let's go inside the project. So I'm going to be using VS Code for my code editor. You can use whatever code editor of your choice. All right, so CD inside the project. What is the project name? It's called typewriter. And right now we are inside it. Let's open this in VS Code like this. Because we have to run this code in a browser, then I will have a browser also open in this side. Okay, let's have this side by side. This, okay, and let's run our code. Yep. Okay, so for both sides, I'm gonna do a maximize on font size for you guys to be able to see clearly what's going on. This one is also 200%, and this one is also sort of like 200%, so everything should be visible for you guys. And so what we're going to be doing, first thing first, we are going to remove this code from Vercel, okay, from Next.js itself. I said Vercel. So we're just going to say main here, class name of nothing just for now, okay? Just put it empty and maybe just say hello world, okay? And you can see that. And now we're going to come back to the style.css here. We are not going to be using the dark mode right now. So let's just, at least at the moment, let's disable the dark mode and let's see only the light mode version, okay? All right, so how we're going to start, as you saw here in this wireframe, we are going to have, this is the full body, this is the header, the footer, and this is the main area, okay? We're going to go to the layout.tsx file. In here, the layout is somewhere where we can do the layouting stuff. So the body is the whole body. Uh, we have some font class names here. And what I'm going to add here is going to be some padding, like padding -3, this padding around it. And the next thing that we can do is like we can do overflow hidden because we are only showing all the data in one page, no scroll in the full body. Okay. And then next, what we need to do is to put w dash full because we're going to get the full weight and the full height dash screen because height should be the full height. And yeah, so this is for this. And also because we need to put the header, the footer, and the main and sort of like in an order, then we need to put it flex and flex dash column like this. All right, so we are done with the body right now. Let's create some components, okay? So in the root of your project, create a folder called components. You can create this components folder uh, inside the app directory, but I prefer to put it in this case in here. Okay, and inside here, I'm going to create a header.tsx, and then I use just React arrow function component, sort of like that, a shortcut which comes from this extension, ES7, uh, yeah, this one, ES7 React Redux, let me show you, this one. That comes from this extension, ES7 React Redux GraphQL. Yeah, you can have the shortcuts to create components easily. Right now, we're going to close this, and you see we've got our header, and in the header, we are going to use the semantic elements. Guys, never forget to use semantic elements because these are important. These pitches some data to the search engine that what is, well, like where in the website is header, where in the website is main, where the website calls like a site, where the website calls footer, okay? So never forget this. And then we're gonna have a link here, guys. I'm gonna import the link. Link is a component from Next.js, and we're just gonna say type effect UI, something like that. Just for now. href, and then the href is like this. And if we import this at the top part of our children right here, okay, and right now you can see that we have got type effect UI that comes from here, okay. And what we can do in this case, we're not gonna have this all these borders. I just did a wireframe here, but we're not gonna do that exactly here, okay. So what we can do next is like we just put flex dash 0 because that means like flex shrink 0 or flex dash 0. It means that it only takes the height that it needs, you know, the height that this text needs. It doesn't take a lot more. And for the children, we are going to take the whole area, and then we are going to add a footer at the bottom, okay? So I'm going to come back, create a new component called footer. Okay, footer.tsx, React arrow function export, and you see that we have our footer. So here also semantic element footer, and if you, for example, later on you have a nav, then please use nav, never use anything else for that. And then here I'm just gonna say like made with love, and let's just put a heart emoji here, heart, boom, like this. And yeah, and then we're gonna import this. So let's just have like this class name is gonna be flex w dash full. You will see the result right now. Okay, w dash full, and then flex dash 0, justify center, item center, just this. And let's import this one also at the layout. Okay, footer, boom, and you can see made with love is appeared here. Okay, so now how we can do is that this takes that side and this one goes down, and this main side should take all the area. Okay, so what is the main? The main is inside this children, and the children comes from page.tsx. So this main is going to be what it will be here. Okay, so for this case, what we actually going to be doing is only to do a flex dash 1, and then it takes the whole area. Flex dash 1 takes the whole area, okay? And then what we do is like w dash full, height dash full, and then we are going to say overflow hidden because we are not gonna do any scroll in the whole area of this. Only like the children of this will have some scroll. Uh, yeah, and then because as you see here, we have a flex. We should have a flex, one side to the left and one side to the right. Okay, for that, we need to have flex. Justify start, item start, and that's it. So that's what we need to do inside the main. And the main should have two sections. One is a side in this left side, and one is another section for the typing animation. Okay, so I'm gonna say aside. Sorry, aside. Aside is a component, an element. And here in the aside, we are gonna have only like from here to here, like from full width, we are gonna have like around 250, 260 pixels like that. Okay, so I'm gonna say flex dash shrink 0. It means that it will only take the size that we specify. It will not grow. Okay, and overflow X is hidden. We do not let it to go to that text, and the children should go outside of this container. And then W width, as I said, the width should be 260 pixels, some sort of that way. And then height dash full. Okay, and now let's put something here. Okay, let me show you this side. Right now we are doing in this one. Okay, let me just show you. Let me just show you a glimpse of this. BG dash blue. Yeah, you see, we are targeting this side right here. And yeah, inside here we're gonna put an input for search box. Okay, an input for search box. So basically for that, we need to have, as you see here, we need to have one item here and the other is this container for the history items. So for that, I'm going to put a div here, a div with class name of flex dash cool. And also I guess, yeah, it's good. Maybe height dash full because we need to take the full height for that. And yep, yeah, it's good, it's good. Now let's put our input here. Okay, just put an input with placeholder of search history some sort of this way, and let's see what happened to this. You see the search history and then the background. Let's just remove the background at the moment because we just want to see what's going on. Okay, so let's add some little styling in this input to make it look a little bit better. Okay, and then say class name bg dash transparent, and also their shadow is 0. Okay, shadow is none, and then there is so I don't like shadows basically. Outline, or just put ring is none or 0. And then we have outline also none, and just we are going to add a border. We're going to add a border sort of like this border. But we want to have a little bit of padding as well. Yo, bro, it's too much padding. Yeah, 2 is good. And then we do a little bit rounding on this. Okay, rounded. What I'm typing, bro. Yeah, some little rounded, and then you can search here. Okay, but we do not have any cool space from top to bottom. So for that, I guess I need to do some little padding within this main area. Okay, so for that, I'm gonna say padding y dash 3 to give it some space from top and down. All right, so this is for the input, and let's go ahead and create the other div for the search history part. Okay, and then say class, and then this one should have flex dash cool because we are going to list the history items. And then flex dash 1. Why we're going to put flex dash 1, guys? The reason is that we want to take the just the space for the input will be dedicated to input. The other space from here until the end of the screen will be for the search history list. Okay, let me do this that you can see easily. And then here we're going to set relative because we want to apply a scroll bar. Okay, so I'm going to say overflow y is going to be auto, and it seems good, I guess. Yeah. Nothing else, just maybe a justify start, item start, maybe, yeah, this two is good. And now let's go and, for example, just put on if we put, because this one is a list, if we put it to UL, and then we are going to put LIs here. Okay, list item number one, and then you see, okay, just put it this list item number one, list item number two, number three, sort of like this. And let's give this a little bit padding from top bottom, like this, to have a little bit space from the search bar. And yeah, we can add more items here. If we add, for example, a lot of item here, like this, then you can see that we have that is beautiful scroll bar in here, and we are good to go with this side. Okay. Yeah, we're good to go with this aside section. We're no longer like doing more stuff in here. Let's go and do the other section, which is the right side. Okay, we're gonna put it inside the section, that one. And what we do basically, if right now, if I say bg dash blue, let's see what is in there. If I say hello, you can see that it should be somewhere here like this, but I'm gonna give it a flex dash one, and it takes the whole weight, but we're gonna say height dash full, and it takes the full height, and boom, you can see it looks great. It looks gorgeous. And because we have a side and section inside this flex, the main flex, let's give this a little bit of gap as well, like gap of 1 or 2, to have some little space from here. Okay, gap dash 2 is good, I guess. And let's just have this 200, not to have, yeah, have some space in here. And yeah, so we have the space for our chat bot, for our chat component. I'm gonna have some padding in here, padding dash 3, to have some space around it. And yeah, also let's have some border in here and some rounded dot XL or LG. Yeah, I guess it looks good. And let's just remove this BG right now. And you see that we have the area for the chat part. And now it's time for our chat component, okay? It's time for our chat component. So let's go ahead and create a component called typewriter, okay? Typewriter.tsx. Okay, so for this typewriting animation, I'm using framermotion. If you haven't already used framermotion is a JavaScript animation library. Basically, it is super cool with React and Next.js. It abstracted all like the nitty-gritty details with animations that we need to do. So first of all, let's install the framermotion. All right, now that our framermotion library is installed, let's go and do write our code for the typewriter component. So for this, because we are gonna need some React client-side features like use effect and stuff, we need to add client-side directive from Next.js, and let's import these values from framermotion. Framermotion has a lot of hooks and then values for specifically for React. So what we're going to need in this one is going to be motion. Motion is its core element. And then we have stagger because we need to stagger all like those words. And then we have use animate, which is the hook for making the components animate. Okay, this one. And then we need to import use effect as well from React. And that's it. Oh, sorry. Just all right. Okay, and then I am gonna do just create our component like typewriter component like this. And in here we are gonna have just the class name of text dash base just for the sizing of text. We can do that later, but here is also okay. And then in this case right here, we are going to have a motion.div. It's going to be a wrapper div. Okay. It's going to be a wrapper div. And in here, it needs a reference because we need to animate all the children of this div. So we need to have a reference. So for that, I am going to come to here and I'm going to call the use animate. Okay, I'm going to call the use animate here. And use animate gives us an array back. The first item from array is a scope. A scope is the ref, the state for ref. And then we have animate function. Okay, we have animate function. So I'm going to pass this scope to the ref of this component like this, and then we have got animate here ready for the animation. Inside this motion.div, we need to have our words, okay, our words. So where we are going to get the words, we are going to get it through props here. I'm going to name it sentence because we are going to pass a sentence, and this sentence basically is a string, okay? And here, how we can extract the words from that, I'm going to say const words is equal to sentence, because sentence is string, right? So we're going to split it with that one space. It means that we are going to split it with words. Each word will be one array inside this array, okay? Then we are going to map through the words, okay? And then we are going to name it word. Let's put it like this, word, an index, and then we are going to make it like this, okay? And then we're going to return, what we're going to return, a motion, just say a motion dot span, okay? We're going to return for each word, we're going to return a span, and then we're going to give it a key, word plus index, my friends, and like this. And in here, we are going to have the word itself with a space after it to make sure that the word has the space after it, okay? Yeah, okay, because each word has this space, so it should be good to go. And then we, first of all, in the first render, the words should have no opacity and the blur, it should be blurred, okay? So I'm gonna add it with class name of blur. Around 10 pixel, it should have a blur, and the opacity of it should be 0, my friend. Okay, the opacity should be 0, and then the blur should be around 10 pixels. And yeah, so it is good. Right now, we are all good to go. And the only thing that we need to do is to create a use effect. And then when the page loads, it starts to animate, okay? So I'm gonna create a use effect below here, use effect, and like this, okay? So what we are going to be putting inside this dependency array is going to be scope.current, because scope is a ref and the current is its value. When its value change, it means when the page loads and this element is rendered on the screen, okay? On that time, we are going to call our animate function. We're going to call our animate function. This animate function takes its target, which we are going to target all the span tags, okay, these tags, and also how we're going to animate, okay? So we are going to say its opacity to be 1 and its filter, because the blur is sort of a filter, okay? Its filter is going to be none, my friends, okay? And then the next thing that we are going to pass in here, some option for the transition, its duration, okay? Duration should be 0.2 seconds, okay? And then we put a delay. For the delay, for each of its children, we are going to do stagger animation, okay? So what is basically stagger animation? A stagger is like the children will have, each of them will have a delay based on their index, okay? So like this much of stagger 0.1. So the first children after 0.1 second, and then after the other one 0.2, 0.3, like this. It is staggers the animation, okay? And I guess it should be good to go. We need to, let's use this component in the page.tsx. inside this, instead of the hello, let's use the typewriter component, and let's pass it a sentence, and we're going to say hello, I want to test typing animation. And you see, that works, my friends. See how beautifully it works? Yep. And right now, if I give it some like more text, if we just copy and paste this many times, it will be, let's just do that and see how it reacts to it. Yeah, you see, it works like this. So the last step that we're going to be doing here is going to add a div here, because we need to have that scroll, okay? So this div should have a relative, and then overflow y auto, and then there's a height dash full and the weight dash full, and boom, that's it. So we are going to pass this, and right now it should be good to go. Yeah, so that's for this video, guys. If you liked it, give a thumbs up, and if you're new to my channel, please do subscribe. Thank you for watching, and happy coding. Bye.